Alright, welcome back to Nugget Garage. Obviously it's been a couple of months since we made a video. I think we left off with, last video was the panel van at Brisbane. There's been two events for that car since. First being the roll racing event not long after. Kind of went okay, got to the semi-finals. The car was really hard to drive loose. Ended up playing around with some traction stuff. Made a boo-boo, got to the semi-finals, got beaten by that bloody Gemini again. We'll talk about that at the end because that actually may have hurt the engine and I didn't realise, which is probably why there hasn't been a video for a couple of months. Amongst other things, I decided to pull my house apart. It's a pretty crappy little 3-bedroom home and I've neglected it for 10 years. So I've channeled some money and time into that. So now I'm a qualified plumber, sparky, chippy, plasterer. Hit me up if you don't. But other than that, yeah, we went to the Jamboree as planned with the panel van. Michael Silk drove it for me. I drove the KE10. The KE10, I'm an idiot. I ran the same tyres. I had them there for 2 years and it just, I think I got 1.7 out of it and the rest of it blew the tyres off. Got to race the Auto Perfection guys. Unfortunately I treed them but lost the tyre straight away. Michael drove the panel van licensed with an 8.0. I think every single pass where it went down, it was in the 7s, fastest being a 770, 183, which makes it actually the quickest crawler that I own, although I didn't drive it, but I'll get there. Unfortunately, I had tons of footage for it when we first, well, at the event and after. I've tried to make a video out of it now and I can't find any of it. I found some. I got some from some in-car stuff from Tobias that, you know, it's interesting enough to watch. We were on a 315, the same old 5-year-old 315 we had on at Brisbane, which means we had to run in the big boy Outlaw 315 class, so most cars 2,000 to 3.5, 4,000 horsepower. Interesting one of the runs there, we raced a car that runs 3s in the 8th. I think we ran a 7-second quarter mile next to it and it was like we were tied to a tree. It's pretty funny to watch. That was Steve Smith's Mustang. So I apologise about the footage, it's a little bit, well, there's not much of it, but it's better than nothing. And after that, Chris has been in town and we've been mucking around with that bike car a little bit, putting diffs in it and stuff. So he's done one of his hoist montage edits, so tell him in the comments how much you love that. And after this bit of video, I'll come and tell you what I think happened to the panel van, and what we're going to do next, which I think is possibly a road trip. Anyway, have a look at this crappy footage and I'll come back at you.
Oh, what's going on here? What are we doing?
Oh, it's got a slight leak and the man doesn't line up. No film.
Is this workplace health and safety stuff? Or?
Yeah. Stop.
Could make a hoist montage out of this. Go up and down, up and down, go up and down, up and down, go up and down, up and down, go up and down, up and down. Make it like a 5-minute video to put the car down. Just for the haters. Back bitches. Barn find, look at it. How valuable would it be with all that dust? Genuine barn find Supra.
There is plans for it now.
There is? Is it to make it run again or?
3.0C.
3.0C? What happened to 3.0 and A and B? Oh, this is probably past 3.0C, to be honest.
Remember when Harry was supposed to have a warrant and they
Didn't?
sort of undercover my car instead, and that's what we got to do.
Good one, Harry. Oh, barn findy. Roll away. This is the new brushless car wash. You're devaluing it.
The way KE70's going to sell that thing for like 10 grand as well.
It's another. Yeah, but it's not a roller.
Well, we'll for the 4 grand difference.
Yeah.
Still working it though.
What is that?
That's early sharp.
Same thing.
And they made KE70 brakes and that one. And it's some sort of 3-track copy 323 difference. It would have taken me 2 or 3 days to make it. And it's supposed to be straight bolting, handbrake cables, brake lines, everything.
Is it legit sitting on that trolley?
I'll be able to steer it, but I just need to be able to push it.
Alright. It's like another barn find. Of things. Smash it under there, Jono.
You coming to do Nugget things?
Yep. You're a part of it right now. Just smash it under the floor pan, you should be right. Don't know if anyone actually cares. Could possibly go wrong. Nah, she's right. She's right.
What's the plan?
Send. All the send.
It does need to go that way if they do that.
Yeah, you want to go more?
Let's pull the arms reach.
I reckon they will.
It might be f***ing ordinary too far that way.
Drag it.
Yeah, do the same with the front end though.
You want to pull the front over?
Chris will be able to do the front end.
Yeah, she'll be right.
Get the jack under it.
She'll be right. She'll be right. It's too far then.
Manhandle it.
Ooh, you already broke it.
Yeah.
Mint. Bit of manhandling. Likes a bit of manhandling.
I don't think we'll get the pads in mate. We're going to go and dry. Remember when it was painted years ago?
No.
That happened since.
Yeah. Have you actually told the people about that? The fact that it's apart again?
Oh, I'm not talking about it.
Oh, no car for you. It's a mystery now.
Upgrades.
Wait for me. There's more hoist montages to have. Things will happen. Well, things is sort of happening over there, but I mean, other what's-its. This is prime video for montages, but that's on you.
You got to build hard lines.
Well, it was supposed to use the hard one.
I've got plenty to work with you.
All right. You get in there. Put on your safety squints. Safety squints are a must. Alright, they don't fit, do things.
I think I'm
It's almost overlappy, isn't it?
Gave the holes or
No, I'm not going to re-drill, I think.
Bit of weldy
I'm
weldy
just
or
gonna punch it.
weights?
No. Even the K20 used to have, it still does. No, it doesn't anymore, but it used to have doubled up shackle brackets. Just extra strength. Genuine. Had to get that from two K20s.
it's genuine Toyota parts.
This is fucking highly
Very technical.
precision.
Are you eyeballing it?
Yeah.
Mint measurements. Should be about right, eh? Yeah, mint.
That's how it was done back in the 60s. I adjusted on my second go.
Possibly go wrong here. Miss punch.
Don't video the precision, look at that.
Mint.
That
Oh,
one,
yeah.
that gear bolt on that side's a little bit stretched out more than the other side. Just allow it.
What's going on here? What are we doing?
Oh,
What are we doing?
Stuff you shouldn't film, I think.
What are we doing? What's going on?
cleaning up some holes.
Iffy. Don't forget your safety squints.
That's too far, not me.
All bog warnery. Beautiful. Do you love it? Yes. Mint. Oi. Cut them down a bit, eh?
That'd be me hitting my head on the things.
Ordinary things. Ordinary things. Ordinary. Oh, look, it's almost done. Just the finishing touches, which should only take a second. Don't swear on camera. See? It wasn't hard. Righto, Barry, your turn. This won't take long. Oh, this is the easiest part. Putting the springs on, eh? How fun is it?
Fun.
Piece of piss. Isn't that an odd expression, piece of piss? How do they get a piece of piss? Is it like a portion? Hey? They're frozen. They're freezing and you can just pick up a small piece. And you can have a piece of piss. The only other measurement, if it was still liquid, it couldn't possibly be a piece, could it? Wouldn't make any sense, that. People come up with dumb expressions.
What would you say instead?
Well, I said piece of piss, which just doesn't make any sense. Does it?
Square of piece.
A squirt, a millimetre. Can you see?
I can actually. That makes a bit of a difference, eh?
Like some light.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That didn't make much difference, though. It's still come off. That's my finger.
You know what they say? Don't put your fingers where you wouldn't put your dick.
That's on there, but that's not right.
I have a hammer.
Don't put your fingers where you wouldn't put your dick, eh?
That's what they reckon. It doesn't make much sense when you're working on things. But anyway.
So, like, I'll regularly put my fingers up my nose and in my mouth.
Wow. We've heard all stories about you anyway.
Well, yeah. It doesn't say much for you.
This conversation's going downhill a bit. Turn the camera off.
Alright, so there's a few mates working on the K10. Not a great deal happened, but it's currently a roller again. I'm going to probably leave this rusted out panel on it. I'm going to try and do the same to the bonnet. The bonnet needs quite a bit of metal work as it's rusted in places and it's very flimsy. I'm going to knock about 2 inches out of the right height, I think. I'm going to get my missus to this guard over this side. You know, it's in undercoat, but it does have a fair bit of bog in it. So if I tried to rust it back, I'd have to do a heap of panel work. So I'm thinking we might do like she's pretty good at arty-farty stuff, so we might get her to do a, World War II plane style guard on it and make it weathered and stuff. Dave's been making me some floor plates and stuff. We're going to have all billet shit in the interior. I've ordered all the bits that over the year, I haven't touched it, customer cars and whatnot, I've pinched parts of it, so we've then had to order drive-by-wire throttles again, injectors again, fuel regs again, fuel pumps again. That stuff's all here now, so the next build video will be that. I've got a heap of mates trying to kick my ass, trying to get me to actually do shit again. It's been another problem with me. I'm just no motivation at the moment, so all the cars are all put to bed. K10's up there, it's pickled up, put to bed, haven't touched the 20. Work's been busy, I've been trying to slow it down, still actually succeeding in that a little bit. It feels a bit strange when the phone's not ringing as much, but that's kind of what I asked for up to Christmas. So the panel van, so at roll racing, I did 5-10 passes with no traction control, trying to figure out if I could drive it like that, and it's with such a tall tyre on it and with how the suspension is not really set up properly yet, when it gets loose it's really sketchy. So leading into the eliminations I thought, I'll turn that traction control stuff back on that we had at Corelwyn. Tried to look at a few logs to figure out, in between the pedalling and the wheel spin roughly what the tail shaft speed would be. Put the strategy in there similar to what we had in Corelwyn, so it pulls up to like 9 degrees of timing, and then ignition cuts or cylinder cuts after. If it still doesn't catch it, went out into eliminations, which means whatever's in there was in there. I can't change it. Realised I probably was a little bit conservative with how fast the tail shaft speed should have been. So as we were getting to like 200 k's an hour, it was pulling time and hard, and it wouldn't, Anyway, I started pulling boost out of it to try and tame that down. But I think on the end there in the race with the Nano Gemini, I think we got to nearly 238 kilometers an hour on the finish line, which introduces another problem. I can't stop, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. But the side effect is, I think we had about 3 to 4 degrees of timing in the thing at about 34 pounds of boost. But honest at the time, I think we actually upset the cylinder head seal. We might have all the exhaust studs stretched a bit, and we hurt some exhaust valve seats. Wasn't really apparent that night. Obviously everything was still warm and whatnot, and obviously packed it on the trailer. Had Jamboree the weekend after. Did pass one at Jamboree, and I swear when Mick came back I could smell a little bit of coolant, but everything in the logs looked good. There was no coolant pressure spikes, so I thought it must be some other car. Then each pass it came back, it smelled worse and worse, to right at the last pass after we actually lost compression a bit in one of the cylinders. I could hear it audibly not being happy. So that meant engine had to come out. Kip's already gone and rebuilt the short, re-bearinged it, and we changed to a 1/2-inch head stud because the cylinder head was already machined to suit a 1/2-inch head stud, and we were using 7/16 with like a collar. I don't think that caused the issue, but we're going to go to 1/2-inch anyway. Just use it as an upgrade excuse. So the cylinder head's getting the different valve seats in it that we normally use that can handle a bit of EGT. Unfortunately, I use KRE to do that, and it's V8 supercar silly season, so they've been busy. So we've done everything. Well, Kip has that weekend. We're just waiting for that. No biggie. It's just means that we couldn't really do all the off-street, low prep stuff that I planned in the last couple of months. None of the other cars are really set up for it. It also means for the road trip that's coming up, it's not going to be ready. Unfortunately, that car was built for that. It's got aircon and all the nice stuff that would have made it a comfortable weekend. It's at Warwick. Willowbank shut. That's the other reason. I haven't really bothered making a video. All the other cars need the track, and there is no track local at the moment. But yeah, road trip's coming up. I think it's 2 weeks away from now, which means the K10, which is in mothballs, will have to be dragged out of mothballs. Got some tyres thanks to Jesse at RCE and Mandy who delivered them for me yesterday. So I've got no excuse really. I'll put those tyres on, drag the K10 out to Warwick, and I don't know if we can get a 4 out of it. It just doesn't. I'm out of turbo. I'm either going to have to make the car lighter. I might set up that IMU stuff in the Nexus and see if I can actually make it. Well, we were doing that with the panel van at Jamboree. We'll let it catch the wheelie, and it's probably more consistent than me trying to do it. So I might set that up, see if we can get it to actually, not abort so many passes due to wheel stands, but I'm trying to really get after it, a 60 foot. Other than that, I think that's probably where we'll leave this video. I am going to try and make more and more diligently now. I've been a bit slack the last few months, but I have my reasons. Got all these cars, got to play with them. Willowbank's going to be a good track when it reopens, so we'll go and hit that up. And then when we get this engine back for the panel van, we're going to throw some weight in it. Actually, we're going to upgrade the turbo. I've got the GDX 55 94mm Garrett that was on the K20. It's sitting around doing nothing, losing value. Pretty much going to bolt straight onto that Pro Mod manifold. There might be a little bit of clearancing issue with the radiator, but we'll figure that when we get there. Only reason I'm doing that is the air temps, if you look at the logs from Jamboree, were quite high, and I was using a lot of CO2 on the wastegate, and it wasn't really resulting in much more manifold pressure. So I know that sort of means to me that the turbo's out. It's an old school, Gen 1 GTX 47, and we're running 183 mile an hour at like 2,890 pounds. So it's probably making 1,400 engine horsepower, which is pretty much what that turbo is doing. Anyway, I'll take the cameras to road trip Warwick in 2 weeks, and I'll see you after that with a video.
Edit? Me? It's all you, bro.
That's all I did. That's on my side.
Oh, I'll go somewhere else. YouTube. I swore on camera, didn't I?
And stay out.